Joining me now with more on the election results, we have political analyst and chairman of the Zionist Horizon, Dror Harlap, and Israeli journalist, Dror Yemini. Thank you both so much for being with us. Now, Dror, you were live last night with the Likud at their headquarters. What was it like in their central committee while the results were starting to pour in?
Well, mainly expectation. I mean, nobody knew what is going to happen. Actually, until almost 11, it was the place was empty. They did not even show off because they didn't know what to expect to. Eventually, as we all know, it changed during the night, and so they were celebrating in about midnight, and they could not celebrate anymore. Something like 1.5 hours later. Generally speaking, you know what? When you speak with people, and I did, they themselves, they don't really understand why did we go to this election. I mean, the Likud people are just like other people, and I'm speaking about the activists. I'm not speaking about senior Knesset members. They do not understand, and as most Israelis do not understand, why are we going again and again to election when it is not necessary, and we see the result. I mean, maybe there will be a change in one seat to the right or one seat to the left. What will it change? What the hell? I mean, what are we doing to ourselves? This is the main question. I mean, okay, Israel is functioning, vaccinations are spreading, and great. But why are we going to election? Nobody understands it, and somehow it should stop. I don't know how. I don't have the recipe, but I do know that many people, just many people, from the right, from the left, are fed up with this kind of endless elections.
Yeah, I think I can safely say that, like most people, I also really don't want another round of elections. Most people are feeling that way. But Dror, I want to bring you in. You know, what are some of your initial reactions or surprises to some of the exit polls that are coming out right now? In particular, Blue and White's Benny Gantz and Mansour Abbas from Ram both did particularly well. Meanwhile, Yesh Atid's Yair Lapid and the Yamina with Naftali Bennett, New Hope's Gideon Sa'ar, all falling below expectations.
So the biggest surprise wasn't when the polls were shown up. Even a little bit before, I was sitting in the headquarters of the Likud in Petah Tikva. I was running the data center for the city. We have almost 200,000 voters over here in Petah Tikva. So we saw that the voter turnout is very, very low. It's very small, if it's more correct to say. And that was the biggest surprise. And this issue has made to the other results that you have spoken about, that Benny Gantz was so high, that all of the small left side parties have made it through the charts and got the 4 mandates minimum, and that was the biggest surprise. And it's important to say, when not that many people come to vote in any elections, you give the peripheral agendas more power, because the mainstream is not being in the front as it should be, like most of the people. And I think it's the same about elections and having the fifth round. Most of the public in Israel doesn't want to have a fifth round, doesn't want to those parties to ban or taboo sitting with Netanyahu that much, and also doesn't want that all the situation with some of the parties in the right wing. Okay, I'm pretty sure that many of Likud's voters will want to sit with Naftali Bennett and definitely Gideon Sa'ar, and probably many people from Yesh Atid's party. I think there is a common ground in many issues, but when not everybody is involved in the political process, so the peripheral agenda is much more effective in the process.
So Dror, I'd like to give you a chance now to maybe react to some of the things that Dror just said, but also maybe if you could speak a little bit to why you believe also Gantz and particularly Ram came out so much further ahead than the predictions.
Well, I'm not sure that I have a good explanation. Why did it happen? I think it's just, the how to call it, the Gewalt phenomena. I mean, when you are, we are losing power, and that will affect the whole block. I guess this is the main.
So you think all the voters came out of fear more than they did out of support?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same with Meretz. I mean, people were afraid that Meretz is not going to pass the threshold. I mean, and when people are afraid, they are going to vote for the party that is under risk because of the bloc, not because of the party. Strategic. Party. I mean, that's that. Now, I have to say something about just as Dor said, that there is not a big difference between maybe Yesh Atid and Likud. Yes, he is right.
There is a big difference, but in many issues, yes, there is common ground.
Yeah, many issues. No, and this is the main problem. The main problem is that we could form. I'm saying we, I'm speaking about Israel. We could form a unity government. But did anybody hear the two words unity government? No, nobody.
Not since the Netanyahu-Gantz government exploded.
Yes, exactly. And this is a big trouble. This is a big trouble now, that you cannot even express the two. I do dare now to raise the two words. Unity government. Wow. I hope nobody is going to beat me because of what I'm saying now. But the point is that because we cannot express the idea of a unity government, we are going to be dependent again on what? On what? From one hand, maybe on someone like Itamar Ben-Gvir. I don't want to be dependent on him. I don't want this government to be dependent on someone like him. From the other side, I don't want any government to be dependent on someone like Ofer Kassif, who is extreme anti-Zionist. I don't want it. Most Israelis do not want it. I would say that 90%, according to the results, 90% of the Israelis do not want to be dependent on that. So the best option is a kind of unity government, because I don't want to be dependent on the minority. I want the majority to be expressed. I want the interest of the majority.
Well, so let's think about. I mean, do we think is there any chance of that actually happening?
Let me now not be nice anymore. I must put all the blame on one person. His name is Benjamin Netanyahu. His word is not a word. His word is not a word. He actually destroyed any prospect of having a unity government, because he violated every word that he signed. And we have a problem.
Bendro, I have to say, the less peripatetic united government that we just had with Benny Gantz, that he couldn't Benny Gantz, I believe that the actions of Mr. Avi Nissencoin on the first few days of this government, those actions, he blowed it up.
Well, we can talk about the Justice Ministry and issues with the justice system here in Israel and with the court system, and that's a legitimate thing to say. However, the agreement between Benny Gantz and Benjamin Netanyahu included a 2-year budget, and Netanyahu did not. He refused to push that. Am I wrong?
We're going to fourth election, and maybe we will go to fifth elections, because those party leaders, which even though their ideology is right wing, and they just decide to ban and taboo specific person, Netanyahu. Now, I would say, Netanyahu, please go and leave us alone and let us play with each other. But I believe that all these justice issues with him is only because he represents the people of Israel, and those extreme liberals in the Likud.
Okay.
All right. Well, Ben Dror, I'm going to give you the last comments, last 20 seconds, and then
almost 40 to 50% of the people in Israel believe so.
All right. Well, Ben Dror,
let me
final
tell you
comment.
something. I belong to the 50% of the people that Dror is speaking about. I mean, even if I'm not voting for the right-wing bloc, I'm not. But I do criticize for many years now, when I was a lawyer, but speaking about what happened in the last year, we cannot ignore the fact that it's mainly the fault of Benjamin Netanyahu that we cannot form anymore.
All right, Ben Dor Harlap, thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.